We're back with another update on XRP. Thank you to the XRP community, for tuning in regularly. But yeah, let's take a look at what's happening with the price of XRP and go over some of the news that we want to be paying attention to as we are going into Thursday morning. So as of November 6th, it's just past midnight here in North America. We are seeing the overall momentum from yesterday, carrying on. But again, if you did watch some of my most recent updates, you guys know there are some of the other factors that we need to be looking closely at before we can get excited. So again, even though this looks like an amazing day for the markets, we still need to, kind of be patient and look for more confirmation. But looking at XRP, it's up 5%. It was a massive day for Ripple. Again, I'm going to talk about, what's going on. As far as the price is concerned, $2.33, up 4% on the USD side of things, up 2.5% on the Bitcoin side of things, with the valuation at $140 billion dollars and the 24-hour trading volume approaching $5.6 billion dollars. But as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. Starting off with this right here, XRP Ledger sees 21,595 new wallets in 48 hours, highest network growth in 8 months on the XRPL ledger itself. Yes, that's correct. As far as the market sentiment is concerned, that is at the lowest in my opinion, but the network is seeing, quite an uptick, which again is very interesting, to kind of be looking at. But moving forward, take a look at this here, guys. You can see for yourself. $13.3 billion shorts are waiting to be liquidated if Bitcoin pumps to $119,000. So again, we know, I don't even need to pull out the charts. We know exactly where the price of 190,000 is. For us specifically, for me specifically on this channel, the confirmation that I have is at 117. So that means that we would be above our confirmation. And in that zone, obviously in that territory, you guys know I'm bullish on the market. But I still am not buying this bounce that we're seeing, which again, I will kind of touch on as we go further into the update. But take a look at this. Public interest in crypto remains low. Google trends for Bitcoin, XRP, and crypto are still near cycle lows, showing limited retail participations. Again, something we've been discussing on the channel. Institutions are driving the market for now, but when prices rise, the crowd always follows. And I totally agree with that. The question that everyone tends to have is, what's causing the price of Bitcoin and some of these altcoins to go up? And yet, yes, some of these altcoins to go up. And if you guys been following the channel, I've been saying it's up until this point, it has been institutional money coming in and leading the way, and we have seen that. And right now we still have not seen retail interest coming in, and these are key metrics to be looking out for. And again, as a content creator, and I know a lot of other content creators can relate to this, there's not much retail interest coming in as of now, compared to where we were late last year, beginning of the year. So this is something we want to keep in mind. So if you're still here, again, you are, in my opinion, the true holders. Again, everyone has different ways to look at the markets. Everyone has different ways to share their thoughts. Me personally, people that are still paying attention to the crypto markets, while there's so much uncertainty, so much fear across the board, in my opinion, those are the true holders and believers, in my opinion. But let's move forward and take a look at this. SBI XRP's true value will be revealed after the Ripple IPO. Speaking about the IPO, I'm understanding you guys probably know where I'm going with this. So you can look what Brad Gillinghouse says. 2025, without a doubt, has been an incredible year for Ripple and a record year for crypto as a whole. Exactly what we talk about on this channel, and yet people forget this. 2025 is a historic year. It is going to be looked at in the future. Groundbreaking things happened this year. Positive stuff for the digital asset space, and yet people are overlooking that. But let's continue to see what he says. Although we had about a couple of months left, this announcement feels like the cherry on top of a mountain of good news. Today, we announced a 500 million investment in Ripple from Fortress Investment, City Securities, Pantera Capital, Galaxy HQ, Briven Howard, and Marshall Weiss at 40 billion valuation. This investment isn't just a validation of Ripple's growth strategy and a business built on the foundation of XRP. Again, once again, saying business built on the foundation of XRP. Wow. And but also a clear bet on what the future of crypto will look like. I'm very proud of what we've built and all that's to come. So pretty much, let this sink in. $40 billion valuation. It's been pretty much valued. It's 500 million that they have, pretty much raised. So these companies will get, when Ripple does do an IPO, they will get that IPO, believe it or not. But again, this is more than just an IPO side of things. It has more to do with confidence in Ripple itself and, in the technology that Ripple has built up, especially the XRP ledger and, custody services and, all these, companies that have, you know, invested into Ripple. Again, guess what this means? Are you guys connecting the dots here? What this means here for us is that, they are obviously believing in the project itself and, the connections align. There's all these connections are going to align and they understand that, Ripple has such credibility over the last 13 years of building. And now, as we are going into, the mainstream time, where crypto is going, to the masses, everyone's talking about crypto, all these institutions have that green light. This is where things get crazy. And this is massive, massive, massive news in my opinion. But let's move forward. Take a look at this. 13 years of XRP Ledger. Big thank you to all the validators, node operators, infrastructure providers, builders, dApps users, and every other person that is a part of the XRP community. 100 million ledgers closed. Absolutely insane. But take a look at this. Today was well, I shouldn't say today, yesterday was a great day for Ripple. You can see Ripple teams up with MasterCard, WebBank, and Gemini to bring stablecoin settlement with RLUSD to improve fiat payments. There we have it. Big, big day for Ripple. But let's take a look at what's happening with the price as far as the dominance is concerned. You can see, we're picking up a little bit over the last few hours. But again, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, Bitcoin has seen a bounce obviously from where we were yesterday. We came up to $104,690. Again, I might sound like a broken record at this point. We could still see Bitcoin going a little higher, maybe even up to the 107,000, 108,000. I'm still not buying it unless, of course, we get to our confirmation zone. Still think there is a little bit more downside for BTC. But again, our confirmation is something we want to be paying attention to. If we're not able to get there, I still think a little bit of more downside is still in play, believe it or not. As far as the XRP is concerned, obviously it reacted really nicely to this specific news. See for yourself. Obviously, we came down to, the $2.06 price point, not exactly at $2. That has a lot of liquidity, but there was some support above the $2 price point. You can see for yourself. Since then, the price did bounce up about 17.3%. Obviously, kind of being impacted in a positive way with all the good stuff that we have heard. We did retest back into 38.2, but you can see we got rejected time and time out. I've been talking to you guys about this key range. It was a major support for us. And now, as you can see, we are seeing that play as a resistance. So far, so good. Like what I'm seeing here with XRP. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. Where do you see the price of XRP closing the year of 2025? And what are your thoughts on all of this? And yeah, thank you so much for all your support. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace out.